me. This speech is basically a persuasive speech. It's about basically persuading my audience, which is you guys, how to create a budget and to keep a budget for your family. Having a budget plan has always been the safest way to go about saving money and so forth. For me, for example, my family consists of just me and my 2 daughters, so therefore I have to make sure I keep a budget and also maintain that budget because one of my daughter has asthma. So at any time, at any point in time, she can always catch an asthma attack, which incurs more bills than what I do have. In situations like that, I have to make sure I have a savings account for her, as well as being able to budget all my other bills with that. Not only that, but another way of being able to budget your money so that you can be able to save money for the future or for a trip or anything to that perspective within, your means. Having a budget also helps your family get on the right track. Always being aware of what you're spending, and not only that, but going about the hobbies and so forth. One way that I go about creating my budget is creating a list of all my monthly income and the things that I like to spend on that are just wanting and not needing things. Creating a list of all my monthly bills, like I said, on monthly income, as well as all the sources, which includes your alimony, if you collect alimony, child support, side jobs, and etc. This figure will cap a total budget of everything within what you do. In order to do that, you have to be able to determine your income that covers all of your current expenses. If the budget is then expense needs to reduce, you have to be able to create a list of all your expenses, as well as being able to create a list of all the monthly chart things like I said, like my daughter's bills, or you must include gas and overdrawn fees on your account if you do incur overdrawn fees. That's one thing that a lot of people miss when trying to create a monthly budget to be able to save money. Some people overdraw their account, which then incurs more charges on their budget. It is wise to track most of your budgetary planning and so forth. Saving your receipts is a good way of going about budgeting. And the best way to gain accurate reflection of actual expenses is by saving your receipts, as well as being able to keep track of your checking account or your savings account within that median. Adjusting expenses is always a good way if you feel like you're going over a budget, because you have to save money, like I said, for your family or for a trip or for any type of emergencies and so forth. So of course, being able to adjust those budgets to fit within your means so that you can be able to save money is always a good way. Some ways that this can be done is by depending on the amount of the shortfall. Like I said, that shortfall could be from overdrawing your account, which would then put you in a bigger situation. Some of the things that you can reduce is things like going to dinner or going to the movies. Instead of doing that, you can always suggest going to Redbox, which is always cheaper. It's like $1.20 on buying a popcorn or some drinks and having that at home, as opposed to going to the movies, which is about $5 or $10 depending on what day you go, as well as being able to buy popcorn and drinks and all of that for your kids and whoever else is going with you. Downsizing your vehicle is another good way. A lot of people like to drive Yukons and those big time vehicles, when in reality that only costs you more money on your car loan, as well as gas when you want to go out of town or even staying in town. Some of the things that you can do is downsize your vehicle to a smaller vehicle, like a Toyota or something that's just gas efficient. And new cars that have come about is the hybrid cars. You can always have those cars that save a lot on gas and so forth. Another thing that you can save and budget your money in is being able to add new categories if necessary. Like 3 areas that are overlooked are debts, retirement savings, and emergency savings. That are definitely the 3 things. A lot of people do not save for retirement, which causes them to have to go back into the workforce which then makes us, the younger people, will not be able to pursue our future goals or so forth, because people are not saving enough money based on, housing and expenses and so forth. We are in a recession, and now that we're getting out of the recession, people aren't realizing that, but they're still incurring the same debts, as well as overdrawing their accounts and getting bigger vehicles and so forth, not knowing that these things are actually causing them more of a debt, as opposed to being able to downsize and saving your money. Distinguishing what is needed is always the best way to go about it, as opposed to what is wanted. Like, one way I go about saving is not going to the salon. I'll go to the salon when it's needed, and being able to, save my money in that way. The only thing I'll maybe go for is to get my hair clipped or something to that perspective, or if I'm going out of town, then I'll be able to save that money. I do save with my hair, okay? I do, get my nails done, but I've downsized. Usually I would get the pink and white tips. Now I don't get the pink and white tips. I just get natural nails to be able to save me in that area. I don't spend as much on jewelry like I did before. I don't buy clothes or go to the mall like before, and things to that perspective. Many homeowners have taken advantage of home equity loans and line of credits to consolidate their debts into single or smaller payments, often with considerably less interest, which is best way of going about saying refinancing their home mortgages, or go about refinancing their car loans, which is also tax deductible, which would help you with your tax checks, being able to get you more money. In all probability, your mortgage your mortgage will be the largest single expense in your budget. Obviously, getting to the best deal here is ultimate importance. Not comparing could cost you thousands of dollars, as well as checking into refinancing. A lot of people don't do that. For the most part, my speech was about helping you guys and showing you guys how to save money, as well as budgeting your money for expenses and for your different